This is reading number 2 in the series of healing wounds. So the last reading, which is just before this one, is really focusing on how can we heal the witch wound. And this one is going to be about healing the mother wound. So if that sounds like a reading you'd be interested in, stay tuned. As I was preparing for this reading and the reading just before this, really strongly from my guides, the information came in about healing the mother wound. And I took a step back and took a breath and thought, okay, let me prepare and hold the space for this to channel through so that I can really do it justice and to make it as safe and comfortable and sacred as possible as it's channeling in. And if you're new, by the way, and you're starting with this reading and you're just here, welcome. My name is Carey and I am a medium and a mentor. I'm so glad you're here. So I'm going to just jump right in. And one of the things I tend to do is I also, because being a psychic medium and a healer, I also check in with my energy. And because I'm reading for you, the collective, I'm aware of what impressions I pick up, which is also going to be in my energy field and the chakra system. And so right away, I'm feeling a lot of pressure in my heart space. And this feels heavy. So that's the first thing that's coming through. I'm also aware of the divine feminine guides I work with, or the sacred feminine, I should say. And for me, who's really coming through actually is Hecate. And what it feels like to me is that she's standing by as you and holding space for you, which is very, I would say, on track for her to give you room in order to go through this journey, this healing process, this wound clearing. So let's just bring it in and see what we're getting. The one thing I'm hearing right away is that there's a level of judgment that has been being carried in your aura and in your heart space. And I also believe that this wound that's coming up, that's mother wound, could be connected to your self-concept, how you feel about your physical appearance, your body, and also things related to your health and well-being. And the burden here feels like this is something that possibly came up as a result of your mother's concept of herself. And then that being projected on to you. That's piece of this. So, and there is definitely some health things related to this. And I'm getting this sense from you that you're wanting to really clear out any of the, I'm hearing the words clutter in relationship to things that you might be carrying that were from your maternal line. So it could be not just your mother's energy, but then your grandmother's energy and so on. So it's like a whole, it goes through your kin, your ancestry. So, and even as we're speaking about mother, some of us might feel guilty about bringing this up. Some of us might feel we want to distance ourselves from this. And so that definitely feels like we're trying to make a separation or a parting away from this, which is very common, I think. So one thing I'm really getting here with the 5 of Cups in the position of it moving through, through your space, something that's the recent past, this definitely feels like this could have been spurred on by a moment of separation from, it could even be a separation from your mother. It could be a no contact, or also this could be like her passing, or even possibly a grandmother passing. There's just there's something that spurred this on is what I'm feeling here. And it right now in your space, in your body, and I'm getting the ringing in my ear. That's always my guides kind of letting me know we're on the right track. So this could be you, or someone in your ancestry has gone back to spirit, and you are at that point where you're now ready to release this burden and you want to shake it off, right? And this is definitely a time that you're looking at things like energy healing. I'm also hearing the words prosperity. So this feels to me like you're really working on activating, your abundance, your manifestation, finances, improving. You're just trying to release the heaviness that came with this. Mother wounds come in many different forms, I believe, when I do readings on clients. My own experience, it's not always the mother who was who you would think it would be obvious, right? It is often the mother who is a kind mother, maybe, but it also could be her and her insecurity and the baggage she carried. So remember, mother wounds aren't always just for those that we would think the obvious ones would be, the ones who are invalidating or judgmental. It can also just be the weight of the paradigm they carried. I want to be really clear with that. So this could be you right now. This is the energy of Libra. So we're in Libra season right now, but this could be your energy being Libra, or it could also be your mom's energy being Libra. This is definitely a reading for me because I'm a Libra. My mom was a Libra. But also it's the energy of justice, balance, fairness, equality. So that is definitely coming up right now as your position. I think part of you is trying to look at this objectively and from a position of being distanced from it. That's really what I'm noticing. So you're trying to remove yourself from what it was. The energy of Libra tends to remove itself. It still has that energy, a little bit of the sign before it, which is Virgo, which is the Hermit. So it still learns something from that experience of okay, let me get some distance from this whole thing with my mom. And I'm ready to move on to something else. And this is how it's being supported here. 8 of Cups is showing up as, okay, I've completed some of these cycles, these lessons, these relationships. I've learned some of these lessons. I've learned them in the hard way. But now I am ready to process and move on. And I'm ready to start something new. And I really feel this in your energy, in your physical body. Even you're changing how you eat, your sleeping habits. Everything is just, you're shifting all this. You're taking off this extra layer of clothing and literally energetically moving it out, and which is connected to the baggage that came with, again, the maternal line. The 8 of Pentacles is in the unconscious position. For me, that is likely that a couple things. The first thing is this could have been your mom just being someone in your psyche who just focused mostly on having things be in order, having things be perfect, or just working and distracting herself with tasks and focused on all the things in the external, possibly. So one of those could be true. And also not focusing on herself. That feels very true. So if you notice that your mom then would do everything for everybody else, wouldn't do things for herself, had that story of, well, I can't do that for myself. I can't watch what I'm eating for myself. I can't, take care of all these other things because I have to work, or I have all these other things to do. I think this could have made you feel guilty. So if you maybe take some time off or do things differently, there's this voice in the back of your head, possibly, or some of you, where you're like, well, if I sit down, I'm lazy. Well, first of all, let me say that's all changing right now. You're taking the lid off that thought process with the Tower card. So the Tower is literally when I liken the tower to a couple things. So it's first like all your thinking, all your beliefs, everything that was sort of compacted in your head is getting really literally blown off. And you're moving more into this authentic sense of streaming your own higher self through your life, or your own intuition, your truth through your life. And you're breaking chains, patterns, and limitations. So there's such a great amount of energy that's shifting for you. I feel like this is possibly going to be uncomfortable for the next month. So give yourself space to work this through your energy field so that you don't feel as though you are like running out of time, or you're not doing it fast enough, or you don't have space or time yourself to do it. Very important. I'm hearing from Spirit on that one. I just saw that card. Oh my gosh. This is definitely about the mother wound. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm excited. All right. So what's coming up right ahead of you? This is so encouraging. And Hecate is letting me know, like, this is like specifically Page of Wands is you striking out on your own, starting your own path, stepping away from the archetype, the structure, the architecture of what you would have been probably brought up with, and breaking the mold and doing things in your own way. That seems to be extremely important, that you focus on the things that you are growing, you are releasing expectations, because you are in transition. And even if you're not, say, changing jobs or changing relationships or changing locations or changing friend groups, you're changing within yourself. So by doing this inner work, your whole life changes. The position that's coming here with where you are and what's around you, 10 of Pentacles. So a lot of this also, as we say, some of this could have been triggered by a loss of someone, or maybe the no contact or something changing. But then with the 10 of Pentacles specifically, that's us really deciding to build and create what it is we truly desire. That's us wanting to invest in the things that really feel meaningful to us, that feel sacred, that feel like things we want to invest in. I just get this sense for this collective that what we are putting our energy towards, we're testing it out first. We're doing that inner muscle test of, do I really love this? Is this something I want to do? Is this something I want to invest in? Is this something I want to build? And I love that you're not just feeling like you're going to jump into everything. You're just at that point on your path where you're dissatisfied with things that are not truly meaningful to you. And because of that, it's just sparking, this vision, interest in what is it you want that's authentic. And every single one of these pentacles feels like you have examined and decided what it is you want. You may not know all the particulars, but it feels so meaningful. And each chapter, each part looks like it's been, lovingly developed. When we carry that mother wound in our aura, and then we start to really realize how it limits us, what we end up doing really is we end up living a life that's programmed for a long time. And that can lead to a lot of things. It can lead to stress. It can lead to hormone imbalance. That's what I'm hearing here. It can lead to misalignment in what we choose for our path, what we want to do with our lives, our relationships. It's like we're wearing a bodysuit that's fitting us, that's ill-fitting and not for us. So that's a big part of it. And I just want to say, I feel as though this must be a big one. You have change. This is interesting. You have change makers around you. You have, looks like friends, women, people that you connect with that feel as though they are inspiring you to change. That's what's coming around you. The Queen of Wands energy is just like, really now, this is a time right now of, you're attracting friends that are much more of like who you are, and they are challenging you. or those friends that are coming in because you've made these switches. So it's not like friends who are going to limit you, keep things the same way, keep you feeling stuck, or say, oh, just ignore that. That's how they are. No, your friends are like, is that the best thing for you? Do you want to really do that? Is that feel in alignment with you? Does that make you happy? Just again, our mothers did their best. And if they didn't do their best and then they didn't care, that is a whole nother level of that wound. But this is what you are overcoming. You are overcoming the indifference, the energy that they had, that they just couldn't make things change. So they just stuck with the way things were. No fault of their own completely. That's really what I'm getting. No fault of their own is what they're saying. Now, we're finishing very strong in this reading with our last two cards. And you saw me before kind of gasp because I was like, I didn't even see the last two cards. And then I went, boom, mother wound, starting again. I'm getting the chills when I'm saying this. So let's breathe together for a second for this read. I love this. Okay, so what is your hope? The Fool. That you're starting on a new path, that you are beginning again, that it's fresh. It's that you've let go of the karmic cycle, that you have been through the difficulties, that you are following the path, that sacred feminine path, whether you're masculine or feminine. Because of the roses here, I'm going to take it. And there is just this sense of, I'm leaping into this. I don't know all the parts of the puzzle, but it's coming. That's really what I'm feeling now. Just before we do the final card, I'm going to pull a few of the oracle from the sacred symbols. Just yes. All I'm feeling here, friends, is yes, yes, yes. Yes, this is happening for you. You are doing this thing. This card keeps coming out. This was in the last reading, the transformation card, the butterfly. So I'm going to leave that here on the table because I'm being drawn to that. New life, the Ankh. That's Mother Isis's energy coming in. Trust the process. The divine masculine standing with you with your sacred journey. And then also there is advice here. We want to make sure that we're really taking care of our energy by meditation, friends. So find the way that you can meditate. That might be a walking meditation. You know, that might be journaling with music on. That's going to help you center, get you into that place of gratitude and being able to connect with spirit. So you're not just in your the critical thinking mind so much. Divinity is coming in, protection. So you have all these wonderful symbols coming in. That is just saying you are on your way, my friend. You are on your way. All right. Are you ready for the last card? Oh, I love this so much. Okay, here it is. Drum roll. The Empress, the mother herself, the divine mother herself, the goddess herself. And again, that archetype, that blueprint. And also I'll say this to all the goddesses we work with in this collective here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being examples for us energetically of leadership, support, divinity, how to balance out our divine masculine, divine feminine, standing in sovereignty with what's truthful for us, moving forward on our paths in a healing level, how to mother ourselves, how to be the divine mother embodied, the sacred Sophia. That is so beautiful. This reading just is so healing and I feel it in my own energy. So thank you for allowing me to do this. If you enjoyed this type of reading, please, please, I would love it if you could comment, like, and share with friends that you think would enjoy this. I would love to see you on one of my Friday night live streams. We have a wonderful time together. We do all kinds of readings and we come together as a community and encourage each other, support each other, give guidance, channel. It's amazing. So I hope to see you there. Take care.